Forgotten Treasures: The Secrets of the Roman Empire.
But before we start, please support us by pressing like and subscribe buttons. Also turn on the bell notification to get the latest updates. Your support means a lot to us. Thank you.
In the shadow of the Colosseum, where lions once roared and gladiators fought for glory, whispers of secrets still linger in the ancient stones. The Roman Empire, one of the most powerful and influential civilizations in history, spanned centuries and continents. But beyond the marble temples and military conquests lay mysteries, scandals, and untold stories. This is not just a tale of emperors and armies. This is the hidden history, the secrets of the Roman Empire, a city born of blood and legend. According to Roman myth, the city of Rome was founded in 753 BCE by Romulus, who killed his twin brother Remus in a dispute over who would rule. It was a beginning soaked in blood, a fitting prelude to an empire built on conquest. But what many don't know is that the early Romans were not the grand imperial rulers we often imagine. They were farmers, shepherds, and warriors barely surviving among rival tribes. The early days of Rome were filled with cunning diplomacy and brutal warfare. The Romans absorbed and adapted the cultures of their neighbors, the Etruscans, the Greeks, the Sabines. From them, Rome learned architecture, religion, and even alphabet systems. But Rome's true genius was not just in borrowing, it was in perfecting. The rise through republic and betrayal. Rome evolved from a monarchy into a republic in 509 BCE, after the last king, Tarquin the Proud, was overthrown for his cruelty. Power was handed to elected senators, and for centuries, Rome was proud of being a residential publica, a thing of the people. But behind the Senate's marbled facade, corruption festered. Alliances were bought, laws manipulated. The rich grew richer and the poor angrier. The Republic's most dangerous enemy came not from outside, but from within. Enter Julius Caesar. A brilliant general, Caesar won fame and fortune in the Gallic Wars. He was beloved by his soldiers and feared by the Senate. In 49 BCE, he crossed the Rubicon River with his army, an act of open rebellion. His message was clear: he would not be controlled. Caesar took power as dictator and began a series of reforms, but his ambition terrified the Senate. On the Ides of March 44 BCE, a group of senators, including his close friend Brutus, stabbed him to death in the theater of Pompey. They believed they were saving the Republic. Instead, they doomed it. Empire in all but name. After Caesar's death, Rome spiraled into chaos. Civil wars raged, until his grandnephew and adopted son, Octavian, emerged victorious. He became the first emperor, taking the name Augustus in 27 BCE. Though he claimed to restore the Republic, real power now rested in his hands. The Roman Empire was born, not with a bang, but with clever words and political theater. Augustus ushered in the Pax Romana, a 200-year-long period of relative peace and prosperity. Roads stretched from Britannia to Egypt. Aqueducts brought water to cities. Roman law and culture spread like wildfire. But behind the Golden Age were shadows few dared speak of. The secret of the Vestal Virgins. Among the empire's many religious practices, one of the most secretive was the cult of Vesta. The Vestal Virgins were priestesses chosen as young girls to serve the goddess of the hearth. They lived in luxury but under strict rules. Chief among them was a vow of chastity for 30 years. To break that vow was to commit treason against the state. One such story tells of a Vestal virgin named Cornelia. Accused of impurity, she was sentenced to a horrific fate. Buried alive in a chamber with a loaf of bread and a lamp. It was not merely punishment. It was theater, a message to all that Rome's traditions were sacred, even if the truth was murkier. Rumors suggested that Cornelia was a pawn in a political power play. Her alleged lover a senator whose enemies wanted him removed. In Rome, even holiness could be manipulated. The madness of emperors. Power corrupted absolutely. Some emperors ruled wisely. Others became legends of excess and madness. Caligula, who ruled from 37 to 41 CE, began his reign with promise but descended into cruelty. He declared himself a living god, supposedly made his horse a priest, and executed anyone he pleased. Was he mad, or just terrifyingly cunning? Nero, infamous for fiddling while Rome burned in 64 CE, was an artist at heart but a tyrant in action. He murdered his mother, his wife, and countless enemies. He blamed the Great Fire of Rome on Christians, starting one of the first major persecutions of the fledgling religion. And yet, despite such chaos at the top, the empire endured. Roman engineers, merchants, and soldiers kept the machine running. Roads, bridges, and laws outlasted even the maddest emperors. The secret army, the Praetorian Guard. While legions protected Rome's borders, another force protected the emperor, the Praetorian Guard. But their loyalty came at a price. The Guard began as elite bodyguards but soon became kingmakers. They assassinated emperors they disliked and sold the throne to the highest bidder. In 193 CE, after Emperor Pertinax was murdered, the Guard literally auctioned off the imperial title in the palace courtyard. The winning bidder, Didius Julianus, ruled for just 66 days before being executed. Rome, it seemed, had become a prize for sale. Rome and the shadows of the East. As the empire expanded eastward, it absorbed not just land but ideas. Eastern cults, like that of Mithras, a god born from rock, worshipped in underground temples, gained popularity especially among soldiers. Christianity, once a persecuted sect, slowly spread from Judea across the empire. Its message of hope and salvation attracted the poor, the enslaved, the forgotten. Despite brutal crackdowns, the faith grew in secret catacombs and whispered prayers. In a stunning twist, the very empire that tried to destroy Christianity would one day embrace it. In 313 CE, Emperor Constantine issued the Edict of Milan, granting religious freedom. By 380 CE, Christianity became the empire's official religion. The temples of Jupiter fell silent. The cross replaced the eagle. The fall, whispers of the end. No empire lasts forever. In the West, Rome crumbled under the weight of its own contradictions. Economic instability, barbarian invasions, political corruption. In 410 CE, the unthinkable happened. Rome was sacked by the Visigoths. The Eternal City, the heart of an empire, was no longer untouchable. The last Western Roman emperor, Romulus Augustulus, was deposed in 476 CE. Ironically, he bore the name of Rome's legendary founder, Romulus, and the empire's first emperor, Augustus. History, in its poetic cruelty, had come full circle. But did Rome ever truly fall? While the Western Empire collapsed, the Eastern Roman Empire, known later as the Byzantine Empire, survived for another 1,000 years with its capital in Constantinople. Roman law, culture, and language continued to influence the world. Even today, the secrets of Rome live on in our languages, our laws, our roads, and our stories. From whispered conspiracies in the Senate to the hymns of early Christians in candlelit catacombs, Rome's history is not just of emperors and wars. It's a tale of ambition, betrayal, faith, and survival. The true secrets of the Roman Empire are not locked in stone. They live in us.
Thanks for watching. Please like, share and subscribe if you like videos like this. Thank you.